just so tired of going through this freaking pain.
Hey peeps, I'm back with another video and I want to start introducing myself. So for everyone that is new, it's your girl AmberCharmayne and I have a channel that you're watching right now. It's all about beauty, vlogs, and advice. So yeah, that's who I am. That is what this channel is about, and I thank you all for clicking on this video. And of course, I also want y'all to subscribe down below because y'all are going to love this video. If you clicked on it because of the title and the thumbnail, then this is definitely a video for you. This is a channel for you because one thing I'm going to be doing on this channel is documenting my endometriosis journey. So I do have what is called endometriosis. So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the definition that's right here on Google. It states a disorder in which tissue that normally lines the uterus grows outside the uterus. With endometriosis, the tissue can be found on ovaries, fallopian tubes, or the intestines. And I'm in some Facebook groups for endometriosis, and there have been some cases where they've even found endo in the brain. Okay, not very many, but a few. So that's pretty much what endometriosis is. I've already had my first excision surgery, if I'm saying that correctly. I had my first surgery in 2015 around May-ish, and now it is 2020. So in May, it'll be, what, 5 years later? And I am planning on getting at least one surgery this year, so it'll be at least a regular excision surgery. I might also be getting a surgery on another part of my insides that is having endo grow in it, and I'm pretty sure, but I have to go to the doctors to make sure. So pretty much that is what it is, and that's where I'm at kind of as far as surgeries and things like that. One reason that I really want to share this on my channel is because I feel like it's very important in general to share about endometriosis. It is just now becoming a worldwide known type of thing. Like, they have freaking commercials these days about freaking endometriosis. Like, are you serious? When I first got it or knew that I had it around 15, I didn't even know what it was or had any idea because it was nowhere to be found just to learn about it on your own. The only reason why I knew that I had endometriosis is because my sister, who is 13 years older than me, has endometriosis, and she had already been diagnosed with it. I don't think at the time she had already had her surgery. I don't think. Yeah, she hadn't had her surgery yet. So she has had one surgery as well, and she is 40 now. I only knew because my sister had it, and even back then, like, the doctors, they didn't try to tell me I didn't have it, but it's like they really, you could tell they didn't know much about it. You could tell that they weren't gonna like really try and get me help with endometriosis because they didn't even know where to start for real, probably. So yeah, that's how I knew that I had it. So ever since I was 15, this has been something that I've been having to deal with. I got on birth control. That's one thing that the doctors did do and did know to do, is to put me on birth control to kind of slow down the growth. So that's all birth control can do, is kind of control the growths, but only to a certain extent. Like, it's still gonna grow. You're still gonna need to get surgery. This is something that is not curable, and they really don't have a real reason as to why it happens to some people or not to others, or happens, period. There are no answers. There's no real answers. There's no real resolution. So I just want to document my journey for those out there that are having uncomfortable periods. Your period should not cripple you over. Your period should not be something that makes you literally sick or makes you vomit. Like, you should not be having this hard of a time with periods if that's what you're going through. And that's what I was going through. I was popping from 3 to 6 ibuprofen every 3 to 5 hours, okay? Like, one time in high school, it was sophomore year, I literally popped 4 pills at a time, the horse pills. I literally was prescribed from the doctor these big old horse pills. I took 4 at one time in history, my first period class. I literally was dying, and I took 4 of those and like just laid down and went to sleep. And then when the period was over and I woke up, the medicine kicked in and I was good to go. But yeah, that's how bad it was. In what, 10th grade, I was what, 16? Yeah, I was 16, so it was just so bad. And I just knew that there was something wrong. I just knew. I was like, here's the thing, I did not take pills until I started having the pains of endometriosis. I did not take pills. I hate swallowing pills, hate it. But literally, I had to. And I think that's what like convinced my mom like she should take me to the doctor about this, is because my mom literally wouldn't take me to the doctor unless I cried or did something that I typically didn't do. And something that I typically didn't do, or really hadn't done at all at that point, was take pills. Like, it was hard for me to take the little small birth control pills when they put me on it, when my mom finally took me to the doctor. So yeah, endometriosis has been a big part of my life, literally half my life. I'm not even 30 yet, and it's been a part of my life since I was 15. So it's about to be half my life that I've been dealing with endometriosis, or knowing that I had endometriosis. So I just want to take you guys on this journey and relate to y'all, help y'all. And also, it's another thing to just document it, period, as a woman. But the thing is that I'm a black woman, and so many black women just think that this is just what periods are, or there's not enough research in a lot of medical fields that are done on other people of color, and specifically black women. So I think me putting my story out there as a black woman is definitely going to bring more light to endometriosis, and for people watching that, hey, this might be something I'm going through. Now also, endometriosis is not the only thing that may cause a bad period. There are so many like subcategories, or just categories period, that also people have when they have endometriosis. So there are so many other things that could be causing your pain. But the thing is, you need to go to the doctor, and you need to press them. You need to go to specialists that deal with people who are having horrible periods, and that they have some answers. And maybe the answer is nothing is wrong, but you gotta go get those answers, because I feel like 7 to 9 times out of 10, it's something more than just a period. So one thing I've been doing for the last year and a half is taking my birth control pills consecutively. So those white sugar placebo pills that are supposed to help you actually have a period, or allow you the time to have a period, I don't take those. So I just take the 3 weeks of the actual like hormone, or whatever it technically is, that, you know, helps protect against pregnancies and also helps with the endometriosis. That's what I take. I take that consecutively 3 weeks, and then I restart 3 weeks with those pills, and then restart. I don't take the 4th week. So I've been doing that for a year and a half, and I've also experimented with other birth controls. I did a video about Nexplanon, but I haven't done a video about the Mirena, which it'll be coming. That Mirena, honey boo, wasn't for your girl, was not. So I went back to regular pills. I take APRI. That's the brand that I take, and that has been good for me ever since I was 15. So I got off of the APRI after my surgery, and now I'm back on the APRI. So for a year and a half, I've just been doing that, and I haven't had a period. Now, one thing that my period has been doing though is it has been kind of popping up. It hasn't been necessarily full periods. I will like miss a pill on accident, and then boom, my period starts. It's like it's just waiting to have the period. Here's one thing that I really wholeheartedly believe about the body, is that whatever the body is supposed to naturally do, the body is gonna fight to do what it's naturally supposed to do. It's like it's instinct. It's going to want to do it. It's going to strive to do it. It's going to push to do it. It's going to push against whatever these external things that you are trying to make happen. And that's what I feel has been happening when I'm taking those birth control pills consecutively, is that my body is pushing to have the period. Like when I am on the pill consecutively, about 3 months in, I could tell that my uterus, it was just like this feeling in my uterus. It was just like, it was kind of felt like a well. Like it felt like it's just holding back so much, and it just wants to get it out. That's kind of how I felt. And when I would miss a pill, it would just like be boom, boom. I'm gonna give you what we've been trying to give you, girl. It's gonna happen right here, right now. Period, poo, stop playing. And that's what it was telling me. Stop playing with us. The flow is on go. JK, y'all. And so recently I have decided the first month of the year to go ahead and not be on my birth control so I can have a period. So in my planner, I have documented when my period started, when I went off of the pill. So the first day no birth control was January 6th. And then the 7th is 1 day of no birth or no period that I had. And then on the 8th, I started my period. I had a lot of pain, which I will be inserting some footage for you, showing you what that pain or what I went through during all of that pain. And oh God. Ooh. Shoot. And then the 9th was the second day of my period, January 9th. I had no pain, or no real horrible pain. Like I think I went out that day and did stuff and everything. And then on the 10th, I had more pain than the 9th, than the second day. So on the 3rd day, I had more pain. And then on Sunday, the 12th of January is when my period ended. And thus far, ever since Sunday the 12th, I think is what I said, I haven't had any pain really. Well, I have had like maybe 1 to 3 times where I had pain where I wasn't on my period. You know, I haven't had any spotting or anything like that. So that's what my period has been like since having a break. And that's one thing that my doctor did tell me to do, which is why I did this in the first place. Not just because of how I felt my body was reacting, but also because my doctor told me every once in a while, every couple of months, you need to actually have a period. And that is something that I didn't do for a 1.5 years because I really just did not want to deal with the pain. So that is something that I decided to do also because my doctor told me to. One thing I was also avoiding as far as pain goes, it wasn't necessarily like the pain, the sharp pains that happens with endometriosis. I had my legs started to go numb. So that's something that started to happen that was new within the last 3 years. My leg was going numb, and you know, I could still walk. It wasn't like, oh, I step on it and I feel like it's not there, so then I fall or something like that. But it was numb. It was causing me restlessness during the night as well. I don't know, it's just a really annoying feeling. It wasn't that it really hurt, it was just annoying. Yeah, so that's something that I was definitely avoiding by taking the pills consecutively. And also, just to give y'all a little bit more description, so, you know, I told y'all the definition of endometriosis, but the thing that makes it actually horrible is the pain. So if you don't know, endometriosis causes you a lot of pain. The way I described it to my friends recently, I told them, imagine having sex with a man and his penis isn't a penis, it's a knife. So men, just, if you're a man and you're watching this, just imagine your penis just being stabbed multiple times randomly, and you just are stopped in your tracks whenever it happens, or say it's happening for like 10 minutes at a time. Just this sharp pain in your penis. Great, phenomenal, amazing. Like, what the heck? Like, who was it, the devil or was it Jesus that came up with this horrible disease? Which one was it? Like, because it's just cruel and unusual. I don't understand. So just imagine just being stabbed, and sometimes it feels like the stabbing is in your vagina, sometimes it feels like the stabbing is in your uterus. Like, it just hurts. Sometimes the pain is in your abdominal section, like a cramp, but most of the time, no, it's a little more than a cramp. It really hurts really bad in your uterus and in your vagina. It hurts really bad. And sometimes it'll happen when I'm driving, and then my legs, so imagine my legs, you know, your legs are going over and then you have your feet down here on the pedals. You'll tense up. So I'm tensing up, and I have to hold my legs together and also keep my foot doing what it's supposed to be doing before I hit somebody on the road. Or on the second day of my period when I went out, because it wasn't that bad, I still was having pain every now and then, and I had to I tensed up and I had to lean on one of the racks and not move for like 4 minutes. Like, it was horrible. Like, you sometimes are stopped in your tracks, and sometimes you really just don't want to get up. On the first day, and I'm gonna insert that clip, I was laying down the whole day. I could not move, and I only moved when I had to, which was mostly to go to the bathroom. And I was crippled over, moving very slowly to get to the bathroom, like an old person, a hunched back old person, how I was moving to the bathroom. So this pain is not a joke, like, y'all. And I honestly don't feel like having the surgery helped with my pain, really. So really, the surgery was, for me personally, was more so just to make sure that I wasn't so, you know, my insides weren't so ridden with the growths, pretty much. is all that was for me. So I'm gonna, you know, talk about things way more in depth, or talk about, you know, just certain topics. I was just kind of give y'all an overall gist of my journey and about endometriosis, since this is the first video, and me just updating you on the first 2 weeks of no birth control, and also me having my first period after 1.5 years. And, you know, yeah, just giving y'all an overall gist of that, so I can definitely tell y'all about my surgery more in depth and show y'all, you know, the pictures of my endo and things like that from the surgery. I can talk about the different birth controls I've been on, which I'm gonna do anyway. So just let me know if y'all have any specific questions down below in the comments. And I'm gonna go ahead and insert the first footage, which is gonna be recent, and then I'm gonna insert old footage, because I did document some other times where I was having some of the endo pain, which I'll have to put the dates in there because I'm not sure if that was when I was on or off the birth control, but I definitely did document some of the pain.
Hello, y'all. So I'm filming because I want to show y'all what endometriosis looks like. I've been sitting on the couch all day because I am in so much pain and my leg is numb. My left leg is numb. And I've already told my doctor, and she offered nothing. She offered absolutely nothing to help with my leg becoming numb and my pain. And it is like, what time is it? It is 12:15, and I need to head out of here at least by 2:30 to pick up my nephew from preschool. And I've already taken 2 ibuprofen as soon as I woke up. Before I even ate anything, I took 2 ibuprofen. And I'm gonna have to take 2 more ibuprofen because I have to go get my nephew. So that means within about an hour, I've taken 4 ibuprofen. This is the ibuprofen that I've taken. And so it's 200 milligram tablets. The doctors never give me anything stronger to take, so I just have to keep popping pills and keep popping pills and keep popping pills and keep popping pills all freaking day. And it's so annoying. There's been times where I've literally just popped like 4 pills at once, and then like an hour to 2 hours later I have to pop at least 2 more, like just all day long. It's like every hour or 2 I'm popping 2 pills all day. And then when I'm not taking the pills throughout the night, I wake up in the morning in excruciating pain because all the pain is hitting me at once because I haven't taken any medicine throughout the night. And what really irritates me is that I had a friend staying with me when I had an apartment, and she had a tooth that she needed to get pulled, but she didn't have insurance or the money to get it pulled, so she was just in pain. And she went to the emergency room. And said, I don't know exactly what she did, but pretty much she made it seem like she like acted a fool and cried and just acted like she was in so much pain. And like, I mean, she really it seemed like she acted like she was in more pain than what she was. And I mean, yeah, she was in a lot of pain, but like for the way she was acting, she wasn't really in that much pain. And they gave her Percocets. I have chronic pain that causes me not to move. And they keep telling me to just take ibuprofen. How does that make sense? Y'all are giving people Percocets for a tooth that needs to be pulled versus like a whole condition that y'all know causes chronic pain that will cause you not to even be able to live your life. Like, I haven't been able to do anything that I plan to do today because it's freaking pain. I needed to wash my clothes. I needed to go to the doctor. I wanted to wash my makeup brushes. I needed to go to Walmart I was gonna leave like early and go to Walmart on the way to get my nephew. I was gonna do a whole bunch of things today that I can't do because I can't even freaking move. My leg is numb. I can't even stand up for an extended amount of time. Like, it's just so frustrating because obviously these doctors don't know anything about endometriosis, and it seems like nobody is figuring anything out to freaking help people with endometriosis. It's just like, oh, and then also okay, so it's just like, oh, just get on birth control and that will help. So I tried out the most effective birth control, the one you put in your arm, and then that keeps me on my period the whole time. And then I try the next one on, and then that makes me have even more excruciating pain and bleed like 3 weeks at a time. Like, it's just ridiculous. I'm just so tired of going through this freaking pain. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys that I am sitting on a couch in pain, squirming around, crying and moaning and all that. So annoying. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later.
Yeah, so I hope that footage was a little bit more descriptive in a more visual way of what I go through, especially when I'm not on the birth control. So that's some of the pain that I'm going through. Yeah, so that just shows you a little bit of what I go through and what, you know, others are going through. And some people have it worse, some people have it a little better. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. I hope you stick around by clicking on that subscribe button down below. It's in red letters. It says subscribe. Once you subscribe, a bell will pop up and you can hit that bell notification so you are notified of all of my uploads and you never miss one, because we're definitely going to be documenting this super extensively and I want to keep y'all in the loop so we have some representation out here for us who have endo. And I thank you all for watching, and share this video for anybody else that you know is going through a tough time with their periods and this might help enlighten them a little bit, or someone that you know definitely does have endo, so we can make sure that we, you know, support each other and don't feel alone. So make sure you share this video to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, screenshot it for Instagram, tag me, AmberCharmayne, I'll repost it. And I just want to thank you all for watching and your support. I will see you in the next video. Peace.